So you'll just be laying flat on the ground, and we're going to do some hollow raises. So you'll be flat, feet together, hands behind your head, and we're just going to raise arms up, feet up, and then back down. And so we'll just start with like 10 of those, nice and slow and steady. You got to be like that too now. And so just warming up, no rush, raising your feet and your hands up in the air. Just a little core work to warm us up today. And then once you've done 10, you can do whatever you want with your arms, but you're going to raise your feet up and we're just going to do some flutter kicks. And you can do just like count to 20 in your head. So like 20 seconds of flutter kicks. Maybe like halfway there. Okay, that's pretty close. And so next what we're going to do is we're going to put your feet up in the air and we're going to do a little crunch, and then you're going to grab your left foot with your right hand and then your right foot with your left hand and then come back down, but leave your feet up. And then we'll do that again. So crunch, right foot, left foot, back down. And we'll do that 10 times. All right, then we can rest a second. Those are kind of tough. And we'll do that whole thing again. So starting with the hollow raise. So feet together, arms behind your head, and then just whoop, raising up and then back down. We'll do that 10 times. You can take a little break once you've done your 10. And then we're going to do 20 seconds of the flutter kicks. And again, just you can guess about 20 seconds in your head. Ready, set, go if you haven't already. And remember, you can do anything you want with your arms. Maybe 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll take a little rest. Maybe a little bit longer rest before we have to do those crunch plus toe taps. Those are kind of tough. And so again, feet up in the air, and then a little crunch, and then grab your left foot with your right hand, right foot with your left hand, and then back down. And we'll do that 10 times. Wow, okay, that was kind of tough. All right, and then we're going to come, you can get up off the ground now. Oh, well, we're going to stay kneeling. Don't get all the way up, I guess, unless you need some water or something. And so we're just going to be in a kneeling position, like at the bottom of your lunge. And you're going to put your hands on your head. And you're just going to try to stay really stable, and we're going to try to do some of these little toe taps. So just picking your foot up and then placing it back down. And so really trying to squeeze your glute as you pull that foot up and then place it back down again. You're trying to be as gentle as possible. We'll just do about 10 of these, and then we'll do about 10 on the other side. nice job. Very controlled. Y'all have done these before. And so again, once you've done 10, you can switch legs. And so then once we've done 10 on each side, we're going to keep our hands on our head, just because, and then we're going to do some lunge steps. So you can just stand all the way up and then switch legs and lunge back down. And we're just going to do 20 lunge steps, nice and slow, with your hands on your head. And remember, as you're lunging, big steps are good, nice wide steps, making sure you have plenty of room for your hips and your knees. Trying to keep your knee tracking over your foot in the front. Not getting way out in front of your toes or off to the side too much in either direction. And I've lost count, but we're doing 20-ish steps. I think I might do like 6 more, 3 more per side maybe. All right, and then leaving your hands on your head, we're gonna do some one leg lateral hops. And so you're just gonna try to do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other side. And again, try to leave your hands on your head if you can. And nice and soft with your landing. And each hop counts. And then once you've done 10 per side, we're going to come back to kneeling and do another round of all of that stuff. And so you can shake it out with your arms if you want before we put our hands back on our head for all that stuff. Nice control on the hops. That looks great. And yeah, getting a sip of water, nice and easy with the pace here. And when you're ready, we're going to be in this kneeling stance again with your hands on your head and those nice easy taps. It's okay to maybe pick up the pace a little bit on these as long as you're staying in control. And once you've done 10 on one side, you can switch to 10 on the other side. Whoa. And then it was 20 lunge steps. Nice job, nice job. Okay, I wasn't talking too much because I was trying to count that time. And then the hops are next. Everyone looks great, staying in control, still just warming up, so easy pace is good. And we're gonna do 10 hops each leg, hands on your head. And then shake those arms out once you're done. Grab a sip of water. And for the next part, we're going to be using a weight or an item that you could use in place of a weight. An item that has weight, which is everything, I think. I don't know much about science though. And then also we're going to use a step later. So if you have a step, that'd be awesome. But you don't need it yet. And so what we're going to talk about first is some cleans with the item. So we get some chance to practice our cleans. I feel like I always throw them at you in a workout lately and we haven't had a chance to really break them down. And so today we're going to take a little bit of time to do that. And so the clean really starts with a pull off the ground, and it's going to start pretty close to your body for this, which is different than the swing, which we might hike it from way out in front. But for this part of the clean, we're going to start with it close to your body. And you want to keep your chest up, hips back nice and flat. And we're going to start with just pulling the kettlebell. So all you're going to do is try to stand it up fast, keeping it close to your body, and pull it up to your chest. So it'll look like this. And the idea is that you're moving your hips so quickly and you're squeezing your glutes and generating so much power, you can almost like let go of it a little bit because you don't have to hold it all the way up. And so if you want to play around with some of those pulls, go ahead and just try a few on your own, pulling it up, setting it back down, getting set every time. Or if you're really comfortable with these, you could try to like rapid fire a few. But just a second to practice a few of those pulls on your own. And if you have more of like a one-handed item, you can easily do this with one hand as well. Just holding it between your legs and standing it up, pulling high, and then switching hands every few reps. Questions about that? Okay, we're going to move past the pull, and so we're going to add the catch. And so you're going to pull it up to your chest, and then you're going to move your elbows underneath it, and you're going to catch it with your knees nice and soft. And so depending on what you're holding is going to kind of depend on how you do that. But really the biggest part about no matter what your item is you move around it and pull your elbows underneath. So in the case of like a kettlebell, you'd hold it at the top and then catch it here underneath. So I just put my elbows through and I kind of loosely moved my grip to the bottom of the handle. If you have a dumbbell, if you're holding it on the edges, again, just keeping your grip loose, moving yourself around it, punching your elbows through and catching it at the top. And again, you can catch it with nice soft knees. You can get back underneath it if you need to. The one case that you might be moving the item a little bit more would be if you're holding a dumbbell in one hand, in which case it is going to rotate around. But you are letting the dumbbell move and you're just guiding it with your arms. Cool, so yeah. Ooh, really tricky. Okay, so it's also going to be hard for me to demonstrate because my kettlebell's heavy, but I'm going to try to show you. Everyone else can go ahead and keep practicing this. This is a chance to practice your cleans, so it's perfect. So it starts like in this position, and you're going to move your hand kind of like it spins around, but your grip stays in the same spot. So as you pull it up, the bell spins around a little bit. Sorry, let me make sure I'm watching you. Yeah, okay, do it again. Yeah, okay, is it slamming back down onto you, or are you able to kind of slip your arm like underneath it? So so when it's slamming, you're probably pulling it too high. You really only need to pull it to about your armpit, and then that way you can just slip right back underneath it, rather than if you pull it way higher, then it's going to come slamming down onto you. And then if you're gripping it really hard and not letting it spin, it might all spin at one time. So if you have a loose grip the whole time, it can kind of spin slowly into place. Also, a lot of people who do a lot of kettlebells wear guards because it does like annoyingly rub on your forearms. So it's not uncommon for that to also be happening. Yeah. Okay, great. So clean practice time. Good job. Now we're going to add to it. And so once you have that items, whatever they are, in that front rack, we're going to add a Cossack squat. So you're going to come down to the side and then down to the other side, keeping the item at your chest. And so again, you can go ahead and clean it up there and then add that squat. Nice job. And if you have it in one hand, it's the same thing. You can just be holding it on either side and be switching hands periodically. Cool. Okay, now that we've got the hang of that, we're going to do a fun little activity. We're going to do as many of those as we can in 1 minute. Yes. Yeah, yes. So yeah, you'll clean it. And then also it's okay if after you've done your clean to even like adjust your stance a little bit so that you can Cossack squat better. And then once you've finished those, you can keep that wide stance and just set it down and then bring your stance together for the next clean. Pull that kettlebell up to your front rack in the clean and then widen your stance again for the Cossacks. And so you could bring it down in the wide stance before resetting your stance, or you could reset your stance with it in the front rack and then set it back down. Does that help? Yeah. What else do we need to know? Okay, cool. So again, you're gonna do a clean plus a Cossacks in each direction as many times as you can for 1 minute. Okay, ready, set. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yes. That's a hack. Nice work. Okay, we're going to do this. Ready, set, go. Clean. And then Cossacks in each direction. And then set it back down. We're 20 seconds in. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, nice job. Try to think to yourself about how many you got. It's not super important, but try to remember about how many that was. And we're gonna rest a little bit. And then for the next part, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to clean it, but then this time we're going to lunge. Lunge right, lunge left. I like reverse lunge steps, but if you want to do walking lunges, that's fine. Just alternating forward lunges. Any kind of lunges are great. And so after you feel like you've rested a little bit, you can go ahead and try a couple of those. And in a moment, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do as many as we can in 1 minute. But first you get a chance to practice and everything. It's funny, it's so dark, it makes me feel like I'm like running late. You know, I mean, we still have so much time left, but it like feels like it's so late just because it's so dark out now. Okay, I feel a little bit more rested now, so you can practice that clean and then lunging each side. It's a little bit more chance to continue practicing that clean as well. And you can do the same thing if you've got it in one hand. You can just hold it on one side. Oh, am I gone? Oh, I'm back. That's amazing. Where was I? When did I leave? Oh, perfect. Great. Yeah. That's exactly where we are. Yeah. I was probably just like rambling on about cleaning and lunging and resting, or I don't know. We will do another 1 minute, as many as you can, but not quite yet. And if you have your different items around and you want to practice with something different than you want to do it with later, that's totally fine too. You want to practice it with one arm or with heavier something. That's totally cool. Okay, and in 1 minute, we're going to do another minute of as many as we can, clean plus lunges. But I'll give you 1 more minute to either keep practicing or just like rest. That's fine too. These ones will be easier to transition. You won't have to play with your stance as much. Okay, so we're going to do 1 minute, as many clean plus lunges as you can. And maybe try to keep in mind how many you're doing. Not super important, but if you can, that's cool. All right. Ready? Are we all ready? Okay. Ready, set, whoopsie. Ready, set, go! Halfway. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, grab some water. Nice job. And so next, we're going to do a nice little EMOM every minute on the minute. And so the first minute is going to be your clean plus lunge. And based on how many you did just now, you're going to choose how many you want to repeat every minute on the minute. I'm sorry, not every minute on the minute, but every round when these come out, you're going to do as many as you decide you want to do. And we're going to do 5 rounds. So you're going to okay, how many can I do 5 times based on how many you just did in 1 minute? So I did 12. I'm going to try to do 8 to give you an idea. Don't try to repeat the same number every time. And unless also go for it. If you want to, go for it. I'm not here right on your parade. This is your workout. But the idea is to try to pick something you can repeat every time and be manageable with yourself. Also, just make this workout whatever you want it to be. And then the second minute is going to be step ups. That's where our step comes into play. And again, and the step ups are actually going to come up again. So we're going to do twice as many step ups as we do the clean plus lunge. So also keeping that in mind when you decide how many step-ups you want to try to do. And then the third minute is going to be, yeah, you totally guessed it, the clean plus the Cossack. And you get to decide how many you want to repeat for 5 rounds. And so I did like 8 of those. And so I'm going to try to do, again, maybe like 6. Take it down by a couple, make sure it's manageable every time so that I know I can get it every single time. And then the 4th minute, the step-ups come up again. And so you can decide if you want to do the step-ups with your item, or if you just want to do them, or if you want to do them without it, and you might change how many you want to do based on that, like 10 with the weight or 20 without the weight. Also 20 is too many, but more if you wanted to do them without the weight, maybe. And again, we're going to do it 5 rounds, so it'll take us 20 minutes. And yeah, probably forgot something else. No. Maybe lunges. Yeah, although there was more lunges in the, you could maybe do like up downs for one of the rounds, and then maybe like swings for another one of the rounds, or something like that. If you want to keep it interesting and not just do a lot more lunges. Any other things? Okay. I will, of course, be narrating what's coming up, and if I mess it up, someone will help. I think what I was saying, that I was talking about if you were going to do weighted step-ups versus unweighted step-ups. And like if you're going to do weighted step-ups, maybe cut that number in half. But in terms of how many step-ups to go for, I would say, maybe like twice the amount of your clean plus Cossacks. That might be a good goal. Like if I was doing 6 of those, maybe 12 step-ups. There's too much going on in the chat. Everyone's distracting me. Okay, any other questions, or was that recommendation helpful, Rory? Yeah, okay. Okay, great. Okay, well, I guess if we're ready, we can get started. And the first one is the clean plus lunge, and then is the Cossack. And again, I will be telling you what we're doing, hopefully. Who knows, I might not be able to breathe very well. Who knows? But we'll start with the clean plus lunge. And we'll talk more in 20 minutes. All right. Looks like we're kind of all in our ready positions. So we'll get started again in that clean plus lunge. Ready, set, go. And it's a clean plus a lunge on the right and a lunge on the left, and then back down, just like we were doing before. And again, not trying to go the entire minute, but just pick that number that you want to try to do every time around. Or if you don't want to think, you can totally just go for it. It's all good. 30 more seconds in the minute. All right, 10 more seconds. And we're going to be doing those step ups in 3, 2, 1, go. 30 more seconds. And so our cleans plus caustics are next. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ten more seconds, and then we'll go back to the step ups. 3, 2, 1, step ups. More seconds. And that was round number 1 out of 5. In 10 seconds, we'll do the next round. Clean plus lunge. 3, 2, 1. Clean and lunge. Halfway, 30 seconds. Great work, everyone. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Seconds. Seconds. Clean plus caustic. 3, 2, 1, go. seconds. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Step ups. Oh my gosh, I think I was gone, but we're stepping up now. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm doing step ups. More seconds of step ups round 2, if you can hear me. Yeah, you do it. You help me. Yeah, 10 more seconds exactly. Yes. Yes, yeah, that was 2 rounds. Yes, Aimie. Thank you, Aimie. yeah. Lunges. Thanks, Aimie. Yes. Yeah. gosh, thank you, Aimie. Yes. So sweaty. Wow, okay, Eden is amped right now.